Again, 11/11 is a very exciting time for us. We launched the company 2016, November 11th. So this is our 5th year anniversary. Again, we have a lot going on and a lot to talk about. I'm not going to take too terribly much time. I really don't know how much time I'm going to take on this presentation, but I really want to encourage every single person, if possible, make sure and join us this Saturday, 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to go through just a little bit of the background of the company, why we started the company, the vision of the company, why we're so excited about the rest of 2021, 2022, and moving forward from there. We're also going to really just kind of talk about some ideas of what I think you can do to really get the most out of your Be Epic business and help other people get the most out of their business. So let me go ahead and start with a little bit of the story of Be Epic, why Be Epic, how we started Be Epic, and really the vision behind it. It didn't start November 11th of 2016. I actually came up with the idea in June of 2014. So if I go all the way back then, in 2012, February 29th, I launched a company called EPX Body. We launched it on Leap Year Day, again, 2012, and had tremendous success. That company is still going. I'm not going to discuss a lot about that, but it really has a lot to do with Be Epic. In 2014, I had some investment bankers and a group come that wanted to purchase the company and take the company public. All types of plans to grow that brand into, a $1 billion company. And I thought that, really back in 2014, the company was doing well, debt-free. We had already done tens and tens of millions of dollars in volume all over the world. But I thought, maybe these guys can bring the company and make it a lot bigger. Their vision was enormous. I didn't really think at that time about, building a $1 billion company or anything. I just wanted to create an opportunity that I felt was better than anything else out there. I wanted to create the best duplication and retention model ever created in network marketing. And so after meeting with them, I thought that, maybe my vision is holding the distributors back. Maybe I'd be better off to sell the company with people that have, massive funding and kind of let them go in that direction. And they liked the model. They had agreed to keep the model the same. And so I decided to sell the company and really started thinking about, what do I want to do? And I had this idea in my mind, and I started thinking about, if I'm going to set this company up, and I even had the product concept in mind, what am I going to call it? And so I started thinking of, what do we actually want to do? What do human beings want to do? And the words literally just came to me as the word epic came into mind. And so, even in 2014, which is when this was, it's very difficult to find good domains. And so I just started typing in epic. I started typing in all kinds of things around it. And I found the domain not available, but I found the domain Be Epic. So letter B, epic, 4 letters, definitely almost impossible to find. I doubt you can find any 4 letters. Doesn't even matter the random, any 4 letters that's available right now in 2021, but 2014 was basically the same. This was not a domain that was available, but it was a domain that was for sale. So that was really the starting of what now we see as Be Epic. I purchased the domain name back in 2014 with kind of a vision of using it. I also, in 2014, called our manufacturers because I had an idea. And this idea was to create a product with a very specific use. I was thinking, as human beings, we're creatures of habit. And one of those habits is how we start the day. And so a lot of people, that's coffee. That's very popular. Probably billions of people around the world start every single day with coffee, and they never miss a day. Other people start with, maybe an energy drink. Other people start with maybe a smoothie of fruits and vegetables. Other people start with just, a traditional breakfast. But most of the people, how they start their day, they do the same thing every single day, day after day, week after week, month after month, decade after decade. So I thought, you know, if I want to get into a habit, a great habit would be is to try and create the best way for a human being to start their day. And so I started talking to our manufacturers and I said, hey, I really have an exact product in mind. I feel that, you know, people are creatures of habit. They do certain things every single morning, certain products, and coffee again being the big one. And I don't think that coffee, I'm not knocking coffee at all, but I don't think coffee is the absolute best way that somebody can start their day. And again, when we're talking about starting the day, we're talking about starting every single day and actually performing as good as you can perform. So mental clarity, energy, focus, you know, nutrition, all of those just, you know, different things. And so basically that's where Elevate came. So we started talking and we started talking about, you know, just people's traditional diets and not getting all the nutrition that they need and really looking at, you know, massive companies in the industry. In fact, pretty much every single billion-dollar company in network marketing, if you look at their top selling products, it's not anything crazy. It's not anything new. It's not anything patented or, you know, some brand new technology. It's basic vitamins, minerals, omegas, you know, your antioxidants, and really just the basics that our bodies need to function at their best. That is the top seller in every billion-dollar company in the network marketing industry. But fruits and vegetables and vitamins and stuff like that and minerals aren't the most exciting part of somebody's day. It's not the most exciting product to talk about. So we started to say, okay, what can we do? And not only what could we do, but what types of vitamins and minerals do we want to use? And so they talked about this proprietary blend, which is extremely unique. I don't think we've done a great job in the company of marketing it. We have some amazing ideas that we're bringing out in 2022 to really up the marketing, because I don't think people truly understand what Elevate is. So the first thing that we did is with this proprietary process where they can take the micronutrients from fruits and vegetables, leave all the macros. So we're just getting the vitamins and the minerals from these fruits and vegetables, actual fruits and vegetables. And again, these micronutrients, the equivalent of 4.5 servings of fruits and vegetables in one single Elevate capsule. And so that was really the basis. That was the base of our formula. And then we wanted to go into just some really proven great nutrition. And one of, if you look and you start to study, and you're going to see it absolutely explode, one of the fasting moving segments of all nutrition is medicinal mushrooms. And you're going to see way more information on this guaranteed over 2022, 2023. There's so much research going on. And the research goes back literally hundreds and hundreds of years. And so we wanted to take some of the best, and that's where we have the chaga, the cordyceps, and the ganoderma. And we're using absolutely incredible extracts. And the reason we're using extracts is we wanted to make this very simple in a single capsule. So when you're using extracts, you go up to 500 times, 1,000 times, meaning for something that's 500 times, it'd be like 1 milligram would be equal to 500 milligrams of just the straight product. And so we're able to use these extracts so that you can actually get an effective dose of 3 of the most popular medicinal mushrooms in a single capsule. And then we didn't stop there. I mean, just that alone would be an absolutely amazing product, great nutrition for your body every single morning. But we wanted something that people could feel. We wanted something to help wake up the brain. And that's where we came up with the Nootropic and the energy blend. And so that's the first product. And this product wasn't created November 11th, 2016. This product was actually created in June of 2014. So first I bought the domain name, then I came up with this concept of the product, and then we actually built out the original website, the back office, everything in 2014. And then it just kind of sat on the shelf. So really nothing going on with Be Epic for over 2 years. And in 2016, actually late 2015, I had some friends of mine, acquaintances of mine, start calling me and saying, hey, you know, we really want to launch a company. Is there any way you would help? And And for those of you that know my background, since 2002, I had helped fund and launch new companies. And so people still to this day call me and saying, hey, we'd like to launch something. Will you help us? Will you fund? Will you, whatever the process is. And so I was just telling them, I'm like, no, I'm busy. I have a lot going on. I don't really have the time to put into it. And so they started calling me in 2015, then early 2016, mid 2016, and then later 2016. And I finally thought in my mind, I'm like, well, geez, I've had Be Epic ready to go, sitting there. The back office is done, the website's done, the product's formulated. I've tested the product on hundreds of people. So I basically said to them, I said, hey, here's the deal. And this was in September of 2016, late September, almost October. And I said, well, if you would go with Be Epic and this product, I'd be willing to do it. And the reason why is because everything's ready to go. All I have to do, call the manufacturer, put in a PO, order the product, boom, we're in business. We already have merchant accounts. We have everything ready to go. And so they said that's perfect. Let's do it. So we started looking and said, okay, it's going to take about 6 weeks for us to get product if we order right now. So we started looking at dates. And obviously, this is late September. We have October coming, and then November. And so it just hit us. It's like, okay, cool date, 11/11. Those of you that are into numerology and different things like that, 11/11 means different things to a lot of people. It could be a confirmation number on something that you're thinking about, but it may be new beginnings. But again, 11/11 is very unique in numerology. And so we looked and said, hey, that's a perfect date. It's going to be right about when the product's ready. I think we can have everything ready to roll. And so November 11th, 2016, Be Epic was born with one product, Elevate. And again, I still think it's one of the best products ever created, period, for somebody to start their day with absolutely incredible nutrition, medicinal mushrooms, and I didn't even get into the minerals. The minerals come from the Great Salt Lake, which is, again, very unique. It happens to be right down the road, so I can get to the Great Salt Lake in about 10 minutes from our office here, but there's only 2 inland seas in the entire planet. There's the Dead Sea and there's the Great Salt Lake. Both of them extremely mineral rich. And so we have our mineral source. Again, minerals are the building blocks of the body. 100% of diseases can be traced back to mineral deficiencies. So as far as what the body needs, 100% minerals are right up there with oxygen as far as the importance of what we need to function as human beings. So we have an absolutely incredible mineral source. We have absolutely incredible vitamin source, which is, again, from actual fruits and vegetables, and then the best extracts, available of these very powerful medicinal mushrooms. So again, we're so excited about launching that product. We got started November 2016. Literally, probably about 6 weeks in, mid-December, we ended up having issues with our merchant account, and actually lost our first merchant account. And so some of that was, just what happens in business. A lot of times with new startups and stuff like that, you have fraud, you have to get everything figured out. And so we kind of had a little bit of a setback there. Was able to, get that kind of, reset and get another merchant and keep the company in business. And then 2017 comes along. In November 2017, right around this time, 4 years ago, we launched our second product, Accelerate. Accelerate is 2 products in one. I'm not going to get into as much detail on that product, even though absolutely incredible. It's designed for gut health, digestion, which is again, one of the fastest moving segments in all of health, and then sleep. But more than just sleep, it's really designed to help the body deal with stress. Think about it. Every single day, probably almost every human being is dealing with stress. And I've seen articles. There's an article in Time magazine that actually made the cover, and it said, stress is the #1 killer. I truly believe that. If you want to see somebody's health go down in a hurry, watch somebody that's under massive stress. You can see somebody age 10 years in like 6 or 7 months just by the amount of stress that they're under. So our body is designed to deal with stress, but it needs certain things in order to do that. And that's really what the sleep product is designed to do. Even though it has some great ingredients to help you sleep, it's really designed more to help the body deal with stress and anxiety. And so again, absolutely incredible products. As soon as we launched that in 2017, that gave us our first $1 million month. So again, we were just starting the company, and in 2017, our first $1 million month. And then we launched it in 2018, start to have some fantastic growth. In November of 2018, we had our first $1 million day. So again, 2017, our first $1 million month. 2018, our first $1 million day. In fact, I think we had 4 days in a row of $1 million days. Absolutely incredible. And then in December, I'm not going to get into a whole lot of background on this, but in December of 2018, the two people that I helped start the company for decided they wanted to do their own company. So they started and launched their own company. And again, it's just what happens in business. It's just kind of part of business. If you look at network marketing companies, probably 80% of them are started from other people that leave other network marketing companies, distributors or corporate. It's just something that's common, part of business. So that happened. Sometimes it can be, very detrimental to a company. Some companies go out of business because of it. But again, I think that Be Epic is here for a reason. I think we have something super special. So 2019, again, November in 2019, we're just kind of reorganizing, re-getting things going. And we really started to put a focus a little bit more on the United States, which again, we're a worldwide business. We want to do business in every single country, but the business that's the easiest for us to do is in the United States because the shipping and everything is right here. In 2018, let me go back just really quick. Most of our volume was in former CIS. So it was in Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Ukraine. Probably about 90% of the business was there. We were actually doing less than 100,000 a month in volume in the United States. So 2020 comes along. We start to focus a little bit more on the United States, telling people about this amazing 3-pill system, helping launch some new products. And then we go into November 11th, actually, November 11th of 2020, we had our first $1 million hour. I don't know if, I'm sure a lot of people can remember last year, we launched a product on 11/11 and did $1 million in sales in 1 hour. And that happened, again, the website was backlogged. It was kind of a disaster, but people trying to log in, not being able to do it. But even with all that happening, we did $1 million in 1 hour. So if you go back again, 2017, November was our first $1 million month. 2018, our first $1 million day. 2020, our first $1 million hour. 2021, I'm just as excited, if not more excited, about what we have going on. So that's a little bit of the background of the company, what we've been looking at. And I announced this in 2020, in October, about a year ago, because our 3-pill system, again, we've sold over 1 million boxes of Elevate and Accelerate, tens and thousands of testimonials all over the world. Absolutely incredible products, life-changing. Again, there's literally thousands and thousands of people and testimonials that we've got of explaining how their life was literally changed by these 3 pills. And so we decided in 2020, we started launching what we called LTOs, limited time offers. These are exciting products, but we didn't want to take the focus off of the 3-pill system. So they weren't anything that we was going to keep long-term. We was literally just going to launch the product, maybe 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 month supplies, sell through it. And then when they're gone, we might bring it back. We might not ever bring it back. We'll do a different LTO. And so that was just kind of a strategy that we used in 2020, still using that strategy today. And we basically said, in October, we did a meeting here in Utah. Again, with COVID, it was limited. I think we had around 400 people at that meeting, and I think we probably could have had 4,000 or 5,000 if we could have sold that many tickets, because again, they limited us to maximum 400. We sold out super, super fast. And at that, we started talking about future products. And I said, the only products we'll launch from here on out are absolute game changers, meaning things that we already know have massive, massive potential. And at that October meeting, we launched a product called Regenerate. Now, Regenerate, I think, is one of those game changers. Not only are the ingredients patented, as actual studies, peer review articles, all this information, and it's to really deal with anti-aging, inflammation, so anti-aging, anti-inflammatory. Again, if you look at some of the most popular ingredients right now today in 2021, almost 2022, collagen. We came out with it almost a year before all the other companies were really starting to push it. So as a collagen, hyaluronic acid, and then we have this absolutely amazing curcumin blend, unlike anything out on the market. That's why it's patented, has the studies. And the study actually shows that for inflammation, it's 14 times more effective than Advil or ibuprofen. So when you're looking at inflammation, every single disease has an inflammatory response, 100%. Inflammation is the start of disease. It's also the start of pain. All of these things in the body. Controlling inflammation for an anti-aging good lifestyle is vital. I mean, you have to be able to control inflammation in the body in order to help control disease and all of those things. So when we saw this technology and the fact that it's patented and all of those things, we thought this is massive. We're talking about multi-billion dollars are spent in the inflammation market. And so we had something that we knew was special there. And so that was the next product that we launched. Again, billion-dollar product right there. And then we come into 2021 and start to see the same types of products coming to us. In March, we launched Be Keto again. These keto products are not brand new. They've been out there for about a decade, but there is some brand new technology that is a game changer in that market. These are already proven multi-billion-dollar products in the keto space in supplementation. And then we come out with something, again, patented, studies, peer review articles, everything out there that we feel is a massive game changer in a multi-billion-dollar market. And then we have the option, I just happen to have it right here on the desk, so I'll show it, this tea. This tea is something that I was introduced to, the base of this tea, in 2008. And I helped a company launch in 2008, with that being the main product. They've sold well over $1 billion. A couple breakoffs of that company have sold hundreds of millions of dollars of tea. The manufacturer called and said, hey, there's probably nobody around that has sold more of this base tea than what you guys have done. We have this new blend. We've been testing it, and the results have been absolutely incredible. One thing that is just flooding the entire planet is diabetes and not being able to control blood sugar and insulin resistance, meaning the problem isn't insulin. It's not that the body doesn't have insulin. The problem is there's so much insulin response from the foods that we're eating that your body is just constantly pumping out insulin, that your body is building a resistance to it. The same thing that it would do with caffeine, the same thing that it would do with basically any ingredient that you're taking every single day. The body is very good at adapting. One thing that you never want to become resistant to is insulin. It has an absolutely crucial role in our health and how our body functions. And so what they're able to see with this blue butterfly flower is that it helped control blood sugar, it helped with weight loss, it helped with anti-aging, hair, skin, nails, in addition to all of the other ingredients in there that have, again, been proven to do $1 billion in sales all over the world. And we're like, man, for sure, we want to get this product as soon as we can. It took about 6 or 7 months for us to launch that product, just because the raws didn't have enough available to do, a massive launch on and make literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of month supplies. And so they had to make sure that they had, backups to the backups so that we could get raws to actually go out there and market this product and bring it to the masses. And again, the feedback has been absolutely incredible. So again, we're talking about updates to products that have already done billions of dollars in sales. Now you look at this month, what we have launched a few weeks ago, cardio product. Again, the #1 killer, males and females worldwide, is heart disease. One of the #1 reasons is insulin resistance and not controlling blood sugar. So we have basically things to help with what's causing the heart disease, but then we have something that in 1998, the Nobel Prize, that again, I can't emphasize this enough. If there's nothing else that you've listened to in this presentation, listen right now. The Nobel Prize in Medicine, very, very rare, in 1998 went to the discovery, the 3 scientists discovered that nitric oxide not only prevents, but reverses heart disease. There's actual examples of people with 90+% blockage in their arteries, reversing that with nitric oxide. Now, again, this product does not have nitric oxide in it. So the body has to create that nitric oxide. This has kind of the ingredients that are needed for the body to create nitric oxide. But what makes that so exciting is this right here. We have test strips that you can actually test. So people will test before they try the product, see what their nitric oxide levels are. Most human beings are low. Most of them do not have nitric oxide that present in the system. And so then you take the product, 15 minutes later, you test again, and it's almost 100%. I would never say it's 100%. Everybody's chemistry is slightly different, but almost 100%. Nitric oxide increases tremendous in as little as 15 minutes. And then we include extra strips so you can even test the next day before you take it again. So you can see that nitric oxide isn't just from residue in your mouth or something. We're talking 24 hours later, still having high levels. We have people that have been taking the product for several weeks and then took 2 or 3 days off to see if it would still stay in their body. And they're saying 3-4 days later, still high levels of nitric oxide. Now, we recommend to drink it every 24 hours to make sure that you're giving the body what it needs to create nitric oxide all the time, because it's so vital to protect that endothelium in our blood vessels and in our arteries to keep heart disease from happening. So again, think about that. We have a product that is proven. In fact, the science won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1998. I mean, I could see if this was 2021, like a few months ago, that the word's not out. But this is 23 years ago. This is technology that has been out for over 2 decades, and it's still the #1 killer. We have a lot of work to do because, again, it shouldn't be. Nitric oxide prevents and reverses heart disease. Again, I can't say that this product raises nitric oxide in the body, but we have test strips that you can test for yourself and make up your own mind on that. So again, massive potential with that product. Another product we're launching, we did a pre-launch on it a few days ago, Immunicode. Again, Dr. Hennon's going to be speaking on Thursday. If you haven't heard him speak, I highly recommend, Thursday, on Saturday. I highly recommend that everybody gets their ticket and watches this virtual event that we have on Saturday and listens to Dr. Hennon. I don't think there's ever been a time in the history of the world that people are more concerned about their immune system than right now. So again, when you think about that, billions of people concerned about their immune system. And this product with the original transfer factor has sold almost $6 billion in sales. When people weren't even really thinking that much about their immune system unless they already sick or had autoimmune disease or something like that. But now everybody's thinking about it. This is a brand new formula, 2021. Dr. Hennon even said 6 months ago, he couldn't have created this formula that we have right now. Obviously, every decade, technology improves. So what we're talking about over the last 10 minutes or whatever I spent on it, these last 4 or 5 products that we've launched over the last 2 years, we're talking about brand new technology in billion-dollar markets. So think about it. We don't have to go and educate the entire world on ketosis, ketogenesis, the benefits of getting ketones for the body to run on and to use as fuel that actually come from your own body fat. We don't have to educate people on that. There's already billions of people educated. And all we're doing is going and showing them the latest science, the best product created in that market. Same thing, cardiovascular. We don't have to educate people. They know about heart disease. Pretty much every single person is somebody in their family has died of it. The first sign of heart disease for most people is they die. That's what's so scary about it, is you could have 99% blockage and still feel fine. And then all of a sudden that 100% blockage happens, heart attack, if nobody's around, almost 100% chance you're dying. Now, doctors have become very good. If there's somebody right there with you while you're having a heart attack and they can get you to a hospital fast enough, then, you know, they've done some amazing things with keeping people alive with a heart attack. But if you're out, nobody's around, chances are your first sign is death. It's scary. And almost every single person has had somebody in their family die from that. And think about it. Most of them didn't even know that there was that problem. Or some of them did, maybe high blood pressure, cholesterol, those types of things, and they've been battling it. But again, they didn't know that they had days or minutes or hours. So this is something that every single person you know, love, and care about should know about this technology and have the opportunity to purchase it. Again, COVID has changed the entire world. There's never been a better opportunity to educate people on their immune system, and why we feel, without question, the best immune product ever created. Again, this is stuff that a year ago wouldn't even exist. The technology wasn't even there. So we're doing things that I think have never been done in network marketing. We're putting you in front of massive waves with proven products that aren't only more effective, but they're priced better than anything else on the market. That's another thing that you know, we really haven't even got into. The prices that we're bringing this technology to the world is better than any other company's doing it. And then we're doing it with a compensation plan that's unparalleled. Again, I'm not going to get into a lot of that. I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of the background, a little bit of the products that, you know, really what our business is all about. Now I want to kind of switch focuses. There's two more things I want to cover. One of them is really a little bit more on the business model. And then the last thing I'm going to cover is, what does this all mean to you? You know, why are we talking about this? How can this benefit your life? And so that's what I'm going to end on. So right now I'm going to talk a little bit about the business model and the concept of why, instead of just finding these amazing products and trying to get them on the store shelves of Walmart and, you know, Costco and every mom and pop nutrition store in the country and around the world and all the pharmacies throughout Latin America, you know, why didn't we just go that route with these amazing products? Because we could have, and we probably could have made tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars doing that. The reason that we didn't do that is really what I want to do, is not only create great products for people's health, but something I'm super, super passionate about is giving people control of their time. So my goal, if you look at my vision, what did Dan Putnam want to do by starting this company? What I wanted to do is, from my own personal experience of building teams and building downlines, I wanted to educate people on how to build a full-time income in your spare time. Again, that's what it's all about for me. I want people to build a full-time income in their spare time by following the tools and the systems we'll talk about a little bit more you know, later on this call. And I don't want them to do that so now they can spend their full time on Be Epic. Again, a lot of times you think, well, I want them to make a full-time income in their spare time, so now they can quit their full-time job and focus 100% on Be Epic. That's not the vision. That's not my vision at all. My vision is that now you have your income taken care of. You have control of probably your most valuable asset, which is your time or your health. I mean, those are for sure your two most valuable assets that most people wouldn't sell for any amount of money. So I have control of my time. The products we have are giving us the best chance possible to have control of our health. And now what do? Now I can do whatever it is that I'm passionate about. I can spend more time with my kids, more time with my spouse, more time in my community, more time helping others. Whatever it is that I am driven to do, that's what I want to allow millions and millions of people to do every single month. I want you to wake up when you're not tired. I want you to go to bed when you're tired. I want you to go on vacation when you want to go on vacation. I want you to have the ability to make any choice that you want because you control your time. That doesn't happen if your income depends on it. If your income depends on your time, you're constantly going to be told where to be, when you can do something, if you can do something, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And not only that, I wanted to create a vehicle that allowed people to earn as much money as they wanted. Different people have different dreams. Different people have different lifestyles. Different people want to help, literally tens of thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people. That doesn't happen with a couple dollars. So we wanted to create something that people could, again, have control of their time and make as much money as they want. I mean, literally, there's no limit on the income. And so in order to do that, we wanted to create the best duplication and retention model ever created. And this isn't a brand new model. I didn't come up with everything that we have here in 2016. Most of what we have here, I came up with in 2002, and have proven it time and time again that it's a better model for duplication and for retention. And so really that is what Be Epic is all about. We wanted to take something to the entire world. There's getting close to 8 billion people in the world. The majority of them do not have control of their time, aren't living the life of their dreams. I'd say, I don't know the percent, 95%, 98% are working for somebody else, trading their time for money, super stressed out, don't have the time that they would love to have with their spouse, don't have the time they'd love to have with their kids. They really aren't living what you're capable of living. Our capabilities with the right opportunity are truly almost unlimited. But most people are being limited by their own beliefs, by not having the opportunity, by not having the knowledge. All of these different things are limiting people. And so I know every single day, 7 days a week, 24/7, there's literally people on their knees right now praying for opportunity. They know that they can't keep doing what they're doing. Think about it. You might be one of them. Or I guarantee you know some people that they're already working 2 jobs. They don't need a 3rd job. They don't have enough hours in the day. They barely even see their kids. They barely even see their spouse. That they're losing all their relationships because they have no time to put into them. They're so stressed that there's almost no enjoyment. And so they're literally just thinking something has to change. But here's the key. Change can only happen with opportunity. You can't just snap your fingers and all of a sudden everything changes. You either have to create the opportunity, find the opportunity. Opportunity has to be present for change. So my goal, my vision is to create that opportunity that any person in the world can change their life with if they decide. Because I have no idea what's in somebody's heart. I have no idea what's driving somebody. That's why we have things like free enrollment. There is 0 people in the world that can't get started in Be Epic and start earning money their first hour, their first minute, with 0 money out of pocket. The reason I did that is I didn't want somebody to be able to use the excuse in their mind, oh, I can't afford it, or I have to wait till payday. You don't have to wait till any day. You can start this second, because you can start this company for free. You can refer a customer and have instant pay of 50% on the dollar in your e-wallet. And we pay that every Friday. So today's Thursday. I could go talk to somebody right now today, and they could sign up for free, go and share testimonials and share stuff on our Be Movement page or one of the other great testimonial pages that our leaders have created, and all of a sudden have 10 people that want to have the best nitric oxide product on the planet, try it, use the test strips, and they purchase that product for $50 or $60, excuse me, for a customer. And now all of a sudden, 10 of them, $300 in their e-wallet. And guess what? They can request that tomorrow, Friday, and we're going to send it to their bank account, and they'll have it on Monday or Tuesday. And they just started on Thursday with no money out of pocket. And they can continue to build that as big as they want. And then we can teach them how to build a team and show other people how to do those same things and make unlimited income. That's what this is all about. It's very rare. There's not a lot of opportunities out there that you can actually get started for free and literally have a way to make unlimited income and never spend any money out of pocket. And again, we did that for the sole reason that I don't know what's in somebody's heart. I don't know their desire. They may not even have $100 available to them. Or if they use that $100, it's literally taking food out of their kid's mouth. I don't know. If that's the situation, it's a sad situation, but there's a lot of people in very sad situations. And so we wanted to create an opportunity that anybody could participate in and have unlimited opportunity, meaning I'm not going to ask them send in a resume. I'm not going to ask your education, what's your degree in, if you have a degree, what your beliefs are. I'm not going to ask anything. I don't care if you speak well. I don't care if you can read. I don't care if you can write. Again, none of that matters with our company. If you can create volume, we're going to pay you. And the more volume you create, the more we're going to pay you. So again, that type of business is the fairest business out, because again, you're paid on results, period. However you get the results, you get paid. And there's no limit that we say, okay, we won't pay anymore. The binary has a limit because it pays unlimited levels. So that's 20,000 per week. But you can sign up unlimited people that can make 20,000 a week, which means there's literally no limit on the amount of money that you can make. So last thing I'm going to talk about, what does this mean to you? Because here's the thing, a lot of times you have people come out and talk about how great the company is, how great the products are. And at the end of the day, what does that really mean? Because the things that I'm talking about, Be Epic, are already happening. We've already done hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, and I think we're going to do billions of dollars in sales over the next several years. I'm extremely confident in that. I'd basically say 100% confident that we're going to do billions of dollars. But again, what does that mean? There's a lot of people that think, oh, I need to get in this company because they're doing hundreds of millions of dollars. That means nothing to you. Think about it. Would you rather be in a company that's doing $1 billion a year and your downline's doing 10,000 a month in total volume and your check is maybe $200 or $300, or a company that's only doing 100,000 a month in sales, but 90,000 of that is you and you're making 12,000 a month? I mean, what's better for you? Being in $1 billion company, being in a $100 million company, being in whatever the size of the company means nothing, because you're not paid on the size of the company. And it really doesn't even mean it's that much more stable. Look at recently, this last 2 or 3 years, you've been seeing companies that have done $1 billion in combined sales just dropping like flies, out of business, gone. And many of them, companies doing hundreds of millions of dollars, boom, vanished. They're out. They're done. Now all of a sudden you have a brand new comp plan, brand new products, brand new story, nothing like what you signed up for. So it doesn't mean that just because a company's done hundreds of millions of dollars that they're more stable. It doesn't mean that at all. And it doesn't mean that just because a company's doing 20,000 a month in total sales that they're not stable and they're not going to be here a decade from now, 2 decades from now. I mean, that's stuff that you really never know. So really all that you can judge anything by is your own business. What are you doing? And so what I want to discuss is some things that I've learned about success. And one of the most powerful things about success is success leaves clues. And in our company, over the last 5 years, we've had a lot of very successful people. Again, we just got back from Kazakhstan, meeting with some leaders that have been with the company since day one. Since the very first day that somebody could sign up, there was people that signed up on that day. In fact, there's probably some people that was in the meetings a couple weeks ago in Kazakhstan that signed up within the first 20 minutes, maybe even the first minute of sign up being open in the company. And many people have made millions of dollars in the company. Our number one total income earner, Andre Charo, again, very close to $6 million in 5 years that he's made, and many other people. In 2020, we had 4 people made $1 million their very first year, meaning they started and in less than a year made $1 million. Think about that. Again, to make $1 million in a year, it's a little over $83,000 a month. And when you're starting from zero, I guarantee you, because I saw the first checks, some of them wasn't even $1,000 the first check. And so you have to average $83,000 a month, every single month for 12 months in a row to make $1 million your first year. Now, again, it doesn't matter if you make $1 million your first year. Some people may not want to make $1 million, may not believe that it's even possible. But what I want to talk about is some things that I've learned watching this happen and what the people that have had massive success have done. Every single one of them have done basically the same thing. So what I want you to think about is something that you're 100% confident in. And let's just say, just as an example, a recipe, something that you've made 1,000 times. And let's say that it's a super, super simple recipe. It's not very complicated. Like, let's say 4 ingredients. And you've made it hundreds of times perfectly. So you have exact confidence that these four things and mixed in this amount and then heated up at this temperature for this amount of time is going to reproduce the same thing. Let's say that it's a cookie. I mean, think about that. Is there any way that you have the exact ingredients, the exact temperature, the exact time, that there's going to be a massive difference in taste and how it works? I mean, I'm sure that every one of you is 100% confident that if you have the four ingredients and you mix them at the correct ratio, and then you put them at the correct heat for the correct amount of time, you're going to end up with a cookie. Really, it's the exact same thing with this business. There's four basic things that have to happen. First off, you have to have a list. There's no way to get a customer or distributor if the person doesn't see the information. The second thing is you need to cultivate the list. Get them to at least look at it. The third thing is you need to show them something so that they can make a decision. And then the fourth thing is they have to get started. So that's kind of like the recipe. That's kind of like the formula that has to happen. Every single one of the people that made tremendous money, whether it was in their first year or their first couple years or whatever, did just that. They had something that they were doing that was exposing a large number of people to the business. The people were joining, and then they were teaching them that same recipe, and that same recipe got more distributors, and then they taught them that same simple recipe, which got more distributors, and then before you know it, they're making thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. And so let me just give an example. The largest income earners that we've had ever in this company in their first year was almost $2 million first year. So I think the 1099 was like $1.87 million first year. Now we're getting close to averaging almost $166,000 per month, starting with your first month. Now, they created a system to basically give people the information in order to make them make a decision. And if you look at for that 12 months, because it was the type of system that you could see how many people were exposed or how many people went through the system, they averaged more than 1,000 a day. So it doesn't mean every single day that 1,000 people went. They had some days that 3,000 people, some days that 100 people. But if you just look at the average for 12 straight months, the system that they were using, more than 1,000 people per day were being exposed. And that created almost $2 million in 1 year. So what I want you to be thinking about is how many people is your group exposing to whatever system it is that you're using. The system isn't the important part. It's getting the people exposed to the opportunity in a way that they can make a decision. So think about it. Think of the money you're making right now in the company, and I can basically guarantee you it has a direct correlation with how many people in your group are being exposed to the business. If you want to make more money, have more exposures. It literally is that simple. This is like making a 4-ingredient cookie. There's 4 things that have to happen, and teaching somebody else how to do that same thing. So we already know the 4 ingredients. It's not hidden. It's not a trick. It's the same 4 ingredients for every single person. And then we teach those same 4 ingredients to the next person, the same 4 ingredients to the next person. So if this was something that, like, again, baking a cookie, I'm sure that you would have confidence that you could duplicate that 100% of the time. I've been in this industry for so long, I have that exact same confidence that I already know I can duplicate it 100% of the time, because I know what ingredients are needed for the recipe. And then all it is just making that happen as many times as you possibly can. If you're not making whatever it is that you're looking to make, let me tell you why. First off, it's probably starting with your mind. You don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe that it works. Whatever it is, there's things that are holding you back in your mind. That's the first issue. And it's pretty much the only issue, because the things that are in your mind are holding you back, because it's 100% in your mind. It's you. because there's other people already making hundreds of thousands per month, every single month. It's happening right now today in November 2021. There's people in this company that in November 2021 are going to make over $100,000. And they did it in October, and they did it in September, and they did it in every single month. And they're probably going to continue to do it in 2022 as long as they keep doing the same things, having the, you know, at least the same amount or more exposures in their business to continue that type of growth. So it's already happening. So I want you to be thinking, if it's not happening for you, why is that? I'll tell you why it isn't. You can't put any excuse on, oh, it's because of the company this, oh, it's because of the company that, oh, it's because of the company this. Because they're in the same company. They have the same products. They have the same compensation plan. They have the same customer service. They have the same shipping. They have the same everything, except for maybe a different mindset. It's not like people who got in at a certain time, people that are making $100,000 a month, that they had something different than other people that are making no money or people that are making $100. They have the exact same everything. The only thing that's different is you. They don't have different customer service, different comp plan, different products, different website, different shipping, different anything. The only thing different between them and you is you. So a lot of people are going to be thinking that the reason I'm not making X is because of customer service, is because of auto ship this, is because of shipping this, is because of this. That's not the reason. If nobody was making it, maybe you could have a semi-valid point that that's the reason. When there's people making it already, I can guarantee you that's not the reason, because people are doing it. So what I want you to really think about on 11/11/2021, our 5th year anniversary, what do you want in your life? What do you want in your business? Think about it. Because it can happen in a hurry. There's no time limit. If people understand there's not a lot of complicated things that have to happen for you to make an absolutely unbelievable income. Let me explain just the 2x2 lifestyle bonus. So I get started. It doesn't even matter the pack. Let's go with this because we're going to get over some things. Let's say that I decide right now to get started. This is what's called an Ignite pack. Be keto and a month supply of tea. Absolutely incredible package right here. Let's say I decide to get started with that. Is it $99? I believe it's $99, so $100 plus your shipping and handling. So I get started for $100 with this business, and I get started today. That's step number 1. Step number 2, I get the information out to as many people as it takes in order to find 2 people. And how do I do that? What information do I get out? What I recommend is testimonials. That's why we have these testimonial pages, so that you get out testimonials. So I share testimonials on these products with as many people as it takes for me to get 2 people. That's the second step. Step number 3, I help them do the same thing. So I might need to expose 100 people to get 2 to buy Be Keto for $89. I expose 100 people and I get 2. Perfect. I expose 4 people and I get 2. Wonderful. 2 people and I get 2. Fantastic. Doesn't matter. 1,000 people and I get 2. Great. It wasn't how many people, it was getting 2. That's the process, and then helping them get 2. It's different for every person. Now I just completed what we call a 2x2 lifestyle bonus. That's a $100 bonus every single month as long as they continue to order, in addition to the rest of your commissions. So I came in for 100, and let's give it a time frame. Let's give it maybe, I don't know what's realistic. An hour could be realistic for some people, a day for some people, a week for some people. So let's just go with 2 weeks. So I get started. That's the first step. In my first 2 weeks, I refer enough people that 2 people get started. That's the second step. In their first 2 weeks, they get 2 people to get started. That's the third step. So what happened? In my first month, I spent $100 out of pocket on great products. I followed a system sharing testimonials. And I shared it with as many people as it took to get 2. They shared it with as many people as it took to get 2. Now, all of a sudden, the company now has paid me about $160 in commissions. I am in profit in my business. And now I have those 4 people that came in. Their goal is to get 2 in their first 2 weeks, and they do it and can, you know, et cetera, et cetera. In 6 months, that would put me at a $100,000 per month income in 6 months. And again, I'm not saying you're going to do that in 6 months. We've had people do it faster than 6 months. So it's very possible, and it's proven to be able to happen in this exact company, to happen in less than 6 months. But 6 months is just if it takes you 2 weeks. But if it takes you a month, then it would be 12 months. If it takes you a day, how long would it be? It'd be 12 days. How many days are there left in the year? There's about 50 days left in the year, I believe. Somewhere around 50 days, maybe 50 days exactly. Is it possible for me to get to that type of income by the end of the year, 50 days? What would have to happen? Let me tell you, you'd have about 4 days to get 2 people. Is that unbelievable? I mean, is it unbelievable? Let's say that we have hundreds of testimonials on this product right here, Be Keto. Let's only talk about this one for a second, because that's going to be another promo that I'm going to talk about. So Be Keto, $89.95. Step 1, get started. Step 2, share Be Keto testimonials with as many people as it takes to get 2 more. Step 3, help them do the same thing. In order for me to get to that $100,000 per month by the end of the year, I'd have 4 days to get my 2 people. So that gives me till the 15th. They have 4 days to get their 2 people. That gives me till the 19th. So by the 19th, I have 6 people in my organization. Very, very, very possible. And as that continues on, by December 31st, I'm sitting at $100,000 per month. Does that sound impossible? I assure you, if you do that, we'll pay it. No question. If you did it in 12 hours, we'd pay it. No question. The only thing possibly holding you back is you. The reason I bring that up is the company's having massive success. My vision, my goals are happening. But what does that do for you? Think about it. What does Be Epic doing hundreds of millions of dollars in sales do for you if it's not happening in your group? And again, there you may not want to make money. I don't know. Maybe it's just 100% for the product. Fantastic. Again, we want millions and millions of customers because we have products that are changing lives. But if you want to do this business for profit, if you want to control your time, if you want to give yourself the best chance of adding more life to your years, that's what we're all about. We're not traditional medicine here. We're not trying to keep you alive. We're trying to keep you thriving until you take your last breath. We're trying to give you options. And in order to do that, you have to have control of your health. Again, think about this. 11-11, 5 years, tens of thousands of testimonials. Many people have already made millions of dollars. More than that, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, thousands, hundreds. Every single person can do it. So again, think about it. It's already proven what you want out of the company. Now I'm going to go ahead and end this presentation today, 11-11, with going over some specials that we're doing. One of them just today, and then another one we're going to run through Tuesday. So this right here, the reason for this is really for people who want to take advantage of what I just talked about. People that want to say, hey, I'm sick and tired of just scraping by. I want to make something happen. And so we want to reward you for putting in some effort over the next 5 days and signing up people on what has become one of our most popular packages. And so we are doing a 75% fast start instead of the 50%. Same amount goes into the binary on any new person that you bring into the business, distributors only. Because again, what we're discussing right now is people that want to build the business, grow the business. So 75% of the 70 CV is what you're going to make on every single one, unlimited. So if you say, okay, I've been in the company, it doesn't matter how long, somewhere between 0 and 5 years. That's what people have been in this company right now today. So I've been in the company somewhere between 0 and 5 years, but I'm making the mindset right now. One of my favorite things that I've learned is day one. So you have those same words, one day and day one. You've maybe been telling yourself for months, maybe you've been telling yourself for years, maybe been telling yourself for decades, one day. One day I'm going to focus. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to do that. But 11/11 is not one day, it's day one. So day one right now, I'm going to expose how many people? I don't know. As many people as it takes to get to on this package. What's going to happen? Going to make 75% instead of 50%. So that's the reason we're doing this for the next 5 days, is to get some people who are making the decision. Instead of one day I'm going to do it, today, 11/11/2021 is day one. I'm going to do it. No question. And so that's what this special is about, running for the next 5 days, is getting as many people in the company with very powerful products as possible. Next one. This is today only. Actually, you have, is this today only, or are you doing it through? Through the 16th. Oh, you're doing it through the 16th? Okay. This was supposed to be today only, but JC is giving you extra days. So we'll go ahead and go with that since this is live. You can't change it, take it back. So 11th through the 16th, same thing, $70, 70 CV. So you're saving $20 on this package, full CV, lifestyle bonus qualified. If you have people that have been looking to purchase Be Keto, the next 5 days is the best time to do it. It's the only time we've ever discounted this product. $70, 70 CV, lifestyle qualified, perfect. We're going to have more, another sale tomorrow, another sale on Saturday, and it looks like we're probably going to run those through the 16th also. So between the 11th and the 16th of November is going to be a great time to go all in and explode your business. What you do this last 50 days of the year can be extremely important for what happens in all of 2022. Our convention, again, we really wanted to do this live and meet with people face to face, but there's so many issues. International travel is such a pain. COVID test this, COVID test that, you know, limited number of people. It's super hard to do live events now because, you know, we can only do a limited number of cells, and then people have to figure out if they can go, you know. So we decided to do it virtual. It's going to be a great event. There's going to be some fantastic information. We have some amazing things that are launching that I think are going to make it easier than ever for people to build their Be Epic business. You're running out of time to buy these tickets. So they are still for sale right now. When are they ending?
Thursday at 12.
Thursday? Oh, today's Thursday.
Yes, at 12 p.m.
So today, and what time is it?
11:11.
It's 11:11?
11:11.
Wow, it's 11:11. Perfect. So you literally have 49 more minutes to do this. So perfect timing. 11:11 on 11:11. You have 49 more minutes to purchase a ticket if you haven't done it yet. And 49 minutes, you're not going to have the option anymore. I think that there's going to be information shared that you're going to want to hear live. This isn't going to be a replay. If you aren't watching it live, you're not watching it. We have some great speakers. We have some great things that we're launching. And I think there's going to be some energy that you're not going to get from somebody telling you about So again, it's $50 and it's 50 CV. I do not know ever, period, of another company doing that. $50, 50 CV. Not only is it going to give you some great information, you're going to get paid for referring others to do it. Again, we do so many things that if I talked about all of them, this wouldn't be an hour that we've been going so far. I mean, it would be hours and hours and hours. We do so many things that no company have ever done or are ever going to do. I could sit here for hours explaining why we do it, how we do it. No other company in the history of network marketing has ever done it or ever will do it. I can assure you that their vision's not the same as my vision. The amount of people that they want to help is not the same amount of people that I want to help. I mean, I can only reach my vision if you're achieving the success that you're after. Because at the end of the day, if the people that join Be Epic are reaching their goals with the Be Epic opportunity, that's what my vision is. That's what it will always be. And again, the great thing about life, you know, Zig Ziglar, one of my favorite, you know, speakers and trainers in sales, one of the things I always can hear him saying in his voice, I'm not a good voice impersonator, I would try it, is that you help enough people get what they want out of life, you'll get what you want. And that's something that I truly believe. I have a passion for it. And not only has it helped me get the things that I want, but it's been very rewarding. And that's why I do this business. I think I could have done all kinds of different sales. I'd been successful in sales. I could sell insurance. My parents had furniture stores. I could run furniture stores. I could do all kinds of different things. But there's nothing for me personally that's more fulfilling than helping other people with their health, control their time, with their belief system, with their confidence. And that's what we do in this business. It is absolutely amazing. And I couldn't be more excited than what I am right now with Be Epic. I want to end by thanking every single one of you, because it would not be possible without the leaders that we have. It wouldn't be possible without the customers that we have. So this business is literally designed for you. I work for you. JC works for you. Jesus works for you. Our entire customer service works for you. Our shipping works for you. This entire infrastructure is to support your business. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end. Again, 11/11/2021, our 5th year anniversary. Again, I think we're just getting started. The next 5 years, I plan on saying, you know, we had our first $1 billion year. I talked about our first $1 million month. I talked about our first $1 million day. I talked about our first $1 million hour. I'm going to say it right here now, record it, do whatever, so that you can play it back in 5 years. I'm predicting $1 billion year within the next 5 years. And so hopefully, you know, somewhere between 2022 and 2026, I'm going to be on the call just like this, just saying this year, our first $1 billion year. And hopefully you're still with us, you're a part of it, and not just taking part, but you're a massive part of that, meaning that $1 billion, that again, $83 million per month, month after month, to $1 billion in a year. So how much of that do you want in your organization? Think about it. Today, 11/11/2021, not one day, day one. Thanks, everybody.